Hey, it's Elliott here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for a handful of stocks and see what has happened in the previous week and see what our expectations are for the next week ahead. I'll cover wave analysis with Elliott wave theory and provide multiple scenarios the price may take and explain why I prefer one count over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Starting here on Tesla, and again we had the main idea of having this whole structure completed as a WXY. There was also another idea in which this structure here was an A wave. However, this B wave is starting to take quite long in comparison to this previous wave structure X, so it is making it less and less likely. So in higher time frame, I do prefer this idea of having this as a completed structure, looking for a connector, whether it is doing something like this or this. We can't be sure of that yet. On the local structures, we had a bull count looking at something like this, in which we were saying that we had this as a wave 1, possible wave 2, a very complex wave 2 here, very low here as well for that wave 2, going to the 786 and even not taking out the previous lows that we had for that wave 2 in substructures. Very weak overall. Then we had a possible wave 1 here, a wave 2, again coming back to that 786, and then again a possible 1 2 1 2, and then 3 4, and looking for this as the 5th. This would get us for this structure here of sub-minute to around the 4.6 minute extension, which is very extreme, and then having this next structure coming back down to the 38.2, which would be the wave 4. That is the general target that we generally have as well for the wave 4. So kind of expected that. Now for the bulls, again, we can look this as a 1 2 3 4 5 and getting us higher this week. The bearish scenarios that we had are starting to crumble down a bit, since we are getting very extreme or very high extensions here compared to anything else here. We don't generally want to have this WXY going beyond the 1.618. That's why I don't really like this anymore at all. We had the other idea in which we had a WXY, not that one, was it this one? Sorry, this one, in which we had this as the A wave, in which we had this as 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 in the 3rd, 4th and 5th, creating an A wave here, and then we would be looking this structure here as an ABC. Now we have already extended well past the 1.618 here, which makes this even more bullish overall. In that same scenario, we could be saying that, okay, we have this as 1 2 here, and this would be another 1 2 3 4 and 5, so 1 2 3 4 5. But again, at that point, we don't again consider this to be a B wave anymore, so yeah, this would be something else completely. At the moment, I'm a bit on fence on Tesla. The bull scenario looks pretty good at the moment compared to the bear scenario. Next is Meta. Let's take a look. Meta has been just very sideways here on these very lows that we've had. We had the bearish scenario saying that, okay, we have this as a 1 2, another 1 2. Now it has retraced so much here that is not that likely to be happening anymore. If we had made this as an ABC and looking for downwards from there, then this would be more likely. But at the moment, having it like this is making it less and less likely. Yeah, I don't really like it at the moment. I really can't see this structure being too how do you call it, corrective. But of course, there is a possibility for that as well. The bullish scenario is still saying that we have some kind of structure here where we have a possible 3-way structure as such, and that's the only way I can fit a wave 1 up here. Then very deep 2, again in relation, is very close to the wave 2, and this is again one of those scenarios where neither the bullish or the bearish count is looking too good. Now looking for the short side setups would be my preference at the very moment. Just because we had major areas here with massive dumps coming from this area here. We hit that, we took out the lows, we created changing market structure, we took out the previous lows here and now came back to this previous area of resistance. We tapped into it, got a reflection or resistance, moved downwards from it, and now we did hit again. So this is definitely an area to look for shorts, in my opinion. Stops can be very close here. Any closes above these areas would be invalidating the more bearish ideas, I guess. Then we had BABA, in which, again, very sideways movement here on more local time frame. In here we would have this as a wave 1, three-way pullback here into wave 2. Very similar structure that we had on Tesla, where wave Y would not take out the previous lows, which is very, very weird. Again, that is not the perfect look for any of these structures here. So that's why I'm not kind of liking trading this in Elliott wave terms. But of course, we do have areas here that we can look for long setups, just not with Elliott wave, at least on my opinion. We see here an order block on 4 hour. We had a move from it. We came back to it, tested it, and created another 4 hour order block. We got some kind of movement out of it, got back into it, tapped into it very shortly, and then again pivoted up higher. So Alibaba to me looks more or looks better for the high side, which would support the bullish idea here overall. However, I just don't like the wave structure in it. Now, the bearish scenario would be that we have this as a subwave structure for something larger, and then we would be heading downwards again. At this moment, this should be in the bull scenario. This should be looked as a possible three-way structure again. We do have that 0.5 here for this possible wave 2 as well. I think that would be hitting our 1-to-1 target pretty nicely. Yeah, it's pretty nicely. Golden pocket, of course, around the 1.382 extension of this move here. So that could be another area to look for short setups if this is going to be playing out. We do have that resistance here as well, and resistance here for the golden pocket, if those are going to be played out. However, I'm still expecting this move to happen at least. GME, this one is so weird. We're looking for this as the possibility for an ABC overall here, having this as a 1-2, 0.5 retracement for the wave 2 here, and then another wave 1 and 2. However, this next move here has taken out a very high RSI reading, and at the moment we didn't have any divergence at the top, which generally has more confluence for this to be a three-way move instead. So that's why I'm doubting this whole count at the very moment. We can't have this as an ABC either, which would explain that this is a three-way move, because the 1.618 here retracement of this first move would be here, and we cleared that well beyond. So at the moment I'm on the very sidelines on GameStop. I'm not going to be taking longs or shorts on this one at all, so I'm skipping this for the next week. Netflix looks pretty okay as an impulse wave structure, in which we had this as a wave 1 and 2, that should be here, and then another 1, 2, 3, 4, and this would be a expand or ending diagonal into the 5th, into the 3rd of this move here. This would get us to the 1.618 here. So again, no extensions, at least it doesn't look like we did have that extension here at all. So either we have this as the wave 5 here, however it would be very small in comparison to even the wave 1 here, so I don't like that too much. In my opinion, it would be better to look for long setups here, as this would be a wave 1, possible wave 2, and of course we would have stops beyond here, and having this as the possible wave 2 as 1, 2, and then we would be looking for 3, 4, and 5 here for this 5th wave. and even could get a potential extension here on the 5th, just because wave 3 did not extend at all. Let's take a look at some targets here. Around the 274 to 304 and even 350. Now these are the targets when wave 3 has not extended, so these are targets for wave 5 extension. Now I have to say that again, we have this only structure here where we did take this hit and some kind of resistance up here, but it doesn't seem that we have too much resistance after it. This is just a massive insufficiency area, and that's why I am expecting if we are breaking this high here, we are going to be launching up very much higher. And yeah, I'm not going to try to catch a breakout trade. I'm only interested if we are going to get a pullback here, and then I would be looking for longs. Coinbase, yeah, this one hasn't still developed too much since last week. The only bullish option I see at the very moment is this one, in which we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into a possible wave 1 or wave A. Of course, we don't know about that yet, but again, this expanding leading diagonal would be the first that comes to mind and is the best looking at the moment for me. What else did we have here as an option? Would be, well, not too many, because this extension here we see is already well past the 1.618. Other option would have been that we had this as a first three-way structure, some kind of pullback here, and another three-way structure like so. Of course, this is still possible, but is better looking to me at the moment like this, where we have this ended up in here. Now, what I would be looking for here is getting a partner leg for this move downwards. So either, of course, it can already be finished as we did hit the 0.618 here, like so, and then this would be a move higher. We did not get to the 0.5 yet, so also again, 1-to-1 extension would be something that we would definitely want more than the 0.618. And also, to me, this looks better as a three-way move like so. Let's see, where did we have it? Here. Yeah, we did not really get any extension here on the possible B wave. Yeah, it looks pretty good as some kind of a running flat here, and then we could be looking for that 1-to-1 extension almost. Yeah, I had it already here. Never mind. So something like this, that would get us back to the golden pocket, and then I would be looking for long setups. I have my alerts right below these, so I can monitor if this comes down. Otherwise, I'm not going to be taking any longs unless we get back up or back down here. But I feel like that is pretty much everything I wanted to cover on the stock side at this very moment. If you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate the likes, and link to my free Discord server in the description below. For now, I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of the day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.